Maya chuckled with a hearty smirk on her face. What is it, you guys? Step back, Rina. It's dangerous. Huh? Then Satoko-chan is... Satoko Hojo. I think that's right. I hope that's right. She was a disrespectful, impudent, bossy kid. The way she talked was annoying, but it would be immature to get worked up over just that. The real problem was this. Quite the obvious trap. A blackboard eraser wedged in the door. It was too obvious. Satoko! A hearty laugh came from beyond the door. Excellent, K-chan. I guess that means you're winning this round. No, this is Satoko we're talking about. I doubt this is it. After falling for such an intrinsic trap since the day I transferred, I no longer let my guard down. Satoko liked a combination of various traps. Traps that were simply to bait you into the main ones. Traps that relentlessly kept coming at you like a sadistic Ruby Goldberg machine. The list goes on. As well as being clever, there's almost never a misfire. When you least expect it, she strikes. No escape, no time to relax. By the looks of it, this eraser is normal. No rocks or anything in it. I took a pretty heavy hit from the blackboard eraser loaded with rocks on my first day. Damn! So why don't you just open the door and let it drop? That's what it is. That's what Satoko was after. Making me focus my attention upward as I lifted my hand to the door. There were thumbtacks stuck to the sliding door handle with tape. A frightening trap. Holy shit! A potent and terrifying trap. Concealed by using the blackboard eraser. An impressive combination, Satoko. But in the end, nothing more than trivial machinations of a child. Assured of my victory, I threw the door open and stepped into the room. I felt something strange at my ankle. It was familiar to the sensation of a rope catching on my leg. By the time I realized she had me, hook, line, and sinker, it was already too late. I almost began to fall in a picturesque manner. K-chan, watch out! Instinctively reaching to me on shrill warning, I twisted my body in midair before I land on the floor. Ow? An inkstone filled to the brim was placed right where I would have landed. I shuddered, imagining the situation if I had landed square on it. Wow, she even looks evil. My, what do we have here? A fair morning to you, Keiichi-san. Aren't we having a lively one this morning? Still sprawled in an awkward position, I was greeted by a mocking voice. That was a setup for your usual trap, Satoko. I haven't the faintest idea what you mean. You're quite unlucky this morning. You little... Seemed I inadvertently sprained my back a little when I landed. Oh shit. Better than landing on the inkstone. Holy shit, that thing's adorable! A small hand gently rubs my head. Pain, pain, go away. The small dainty hand continues to gently stroke my head. You didn't sprain your back or anything, did you? If I rub it like this, the pain disappears. I thought about asking how to rub my head would help my back, but I didn't. It's not so much about what you actually do, it's the thought that counts. Yeah, thanks Rika-chan. The pain's going away now. Yay, Rika-chan, good morning! I have no idea what I'm doing with these different tones. I'm just trying to go with it. Good morning to you, Rina. A good morning to you all. Rika-chan greeted each of us with an adorable little bow. It was infectious. Rina, Mion, and I all bowed back. She's so cute! You're such a good kid, Rika-chan. So so much better than Satoko. I glared over in her direction. Satoko was whistling while rather deliberately trying to avoid eye contact. I'm the very model of a good girl. A good girl wouldn't set those nasty traps. Nothing but lies and slander. Exactly what proof? Ah! I pick up Satoko by the back of her collar. She looks like a misbehaved cat when I do this. But a cat wouldn't be setting traps. She's much harder to deal with. I'm sorry. Try saying that. If you won't say it... I cocked my index finger on my thumb and let it tremble as I brought it closer to Satoko's forehead. I'm against violence. You don't even have any proof. Just to let you know, my forehead flick really hurts. It can split plywood right in half. Get away from me, you beast! Don't say it that way or people might misunderstand. A small hand tugged on the back of my shirt. She's been lonely since you were gone for 2 days. Rika-chan really is just so... How could I do anything more after being told that? I gently released my grip on Satoko, who at this point was on the verge of tears. She still had her eyes clamped shut and braced herself for the forehead flick. Ah! It doesn't bother me. Ah! You mustn't cry, Satoko. Keep on fighting. Yeah. Rika gently petted the head of her prankster friend. You would never guess that these two are the same age. I think Satoko could learn a thing or a million from Rika-chan. Next time set an even more amazing trap. Wait a minute. As she observed the scene, Rina's expression grew ecstatic as she began to swoon. Satoko-chan is crying. So cute. Please kill me. You can't take them home. She's so cute! You can't, no matter how cute they are. But just for a bit, it's fine. It's fine. Rina kept a cutesy face even as outrageous ideas spewed from her mouth. According to Mayon, Rina is ridiculously weak to cute things and always tries to take them home. Object or person. Stealing is bad, but abducting people is worse. Give it up. Then I can look, just looking. That should be fine, right? Right? Rina swooned over Satoko's crying form. If a girl ever goes missing in Hinamizawa, I'll be forced to turn Rina into the authorities. Forgive me, Rina. I'll be sure to bring you a care package when they put you away. The teacher's coming. Quickly, clean everything up. That inkstone is yours, right? Just from Mion's single statement, the entire mood of the room shifts back to normal. The inkstone was bad, but the thumbtacks stuck to the door handle were an even bigger problem. I pulled the tape off carefully, making sure not to skewer myself. Even though Satoko was the one who set it up, everyone had to pick up after her. Sounds about right. By the time the teacher entered the room, the bedlamp from before had already been tidied up neatly. Hahaha, we made it in time! Rise, attention! Mion gave out the morning commands. It's difficult being the teacher for all these different grades in one classroom. She has to teach something different to each one, but naturally she ends up spending all the time with the younger kids. Rina and Mion, being the highest grades in the class, end up mostly doing self-study. They'd even end up helping teachers as the younger kids, so it seemed like they could never get their own studies. They're actually way behind where my studies have progressed to. As a result, I'm pretty much taking over for the teacher and helping Rina and Mayan with their studies. Wow. You're a pretty good teacher, Keiichi-kun. Easy to understand. Rina took a breather after finishing highlights on an important section. The teacher's making me lose confidence. It makes me aware of how shallow my understanding of the subject is. They say to teach someone something, you need to understand it backwards and forwards. So while you're teaching us, you're getting your own practice. In contrast, this person here is quite laissez-faire about things. For one, isn't she supposed to be in a higher grade than me? Look, Mayan, this one's for your own good. If you don't take this seriously, there'll be trouble later on with these marks. It's not like I'm aiming to get into a prestigious school. I'll be fine as long as I pick up what I need to know on the entrance exam a little at a time. Her staunch defiance was really something else. This was a different type of relaxed than somebody who already knew what was going to be on the entrance exam. Mi-chan, Keiichi-kun is doing his best to teach us. We need to try hard too. You're such a good and honest kid, Rina. I'll make sure you guys get accepted into a good school. Thanks so much! Especially you, Rina. Private lessons, just the two of us. Private lessons? A puff of smoke shaped like a halo popped out of Rina's head. Exactly what kind of private lessons is she fantasizing about that's making her face turn red? I'd like to hear the play-by-play about that next time. While Mayan's flipping through her vocabulary flashcard, she threw out a casual question. So, in the city, do you have to study this much? If you don't know at least this much, you can't get into a university. So you study just to get into a university? Well, yeah, basically. Well, knowing this stuff won't ever come in handy in the future. Out of here, you can get into a university as long as your attendance is good enough. Really? Study equals entrance exams. Having that basic law of the universe so easily overturned sent me into a state of shock. That's right. There aren't enough people around here to warrant weeding them out with an exam. If anyone can get into our university, then there's no need for us to be all uptight about this stuff, right? Well, that's true. But you should at least know the stuff that's common knowledge. This old geezer thinks that instead of wasting time studying pointlessly, you should be spending your precious teen years doing more meaningful things. It was too profound of a statement to simply laugh it off. But since it was Mayan, it probably didn't actually have that deep of a meaning. In place of a chime, the sound of the principal waving a handbell drifted through the classroom. Kei-chan, we're done! We're done! It's our wonderful lunchtime! In a complete 180 from her unmotivated state, Mayan gave the commands that signaled the end of morning period. Keiichi-kun, let's have lunch! I might have been making a very troubled face. Rina smiled brightly at me. Alright. Let's eat. The spacing in this is so odd. There seem to be different cliques, even within the class. Most of them were divided up by gender and age, but our group was different. Our ages were all different and we had both boys and girls, but we weren't reserved around each other. This level of openness makes a transfer student like me pretty happy. Rina and Maya pushed their desks together so that they were facing one another. At the same time, Satoko and Rika-chan were slowly lugging their desks over as well. Keiichi-kun, hurry, hurry! Rina waved her chopsticks in an unrefined manner, trying to get me to hurry along. Unless everyone was together, they wouldn't even open their lunchboxes. Keiichi-san's lunchbox is most assuredly filled with nothing but bread crust, like some sort of destitute plebeian. Why don't you just show it to us? Come on! Even though Satoko was hurling insults at me, she still wouldn't open her lid to her lunchbox until I was there. I pulled out my lunchbox swiftly and dragged my chair over to join the circle. Hey, sorry to keep you waiting. Well then, Representative Mai, please give the signal to start. At first, this was kind of embarrassing, but I got used to it pretty fast. At this point, I probably wouldn't even open my own lunchbox if someone were too slow. Our ages and gender may have all been different, but we were all friends. Let's eat. The sound of our little 5-part chorus echoed beautifully throughout the classroom. Really though, I've gotten pretty used to this group made up of all girls. Of course there were other boys in the class, but they were a lot younger, so they were scared to approach me. Well, that's to be expected. Younger boys just see older boys as scary. Compare that to girls, well, at least 3 of these girls aren't picky. We put all the side dishes in the middle where everybody was free to pick at them. I thought girls would mind sharing a meal with a guy, so I was a bit flustered joining in. However, Maya noticed that and teased me quite a bit. As the fruit of my efforts. Okay, that's weird. I can now reach over and take my side from anybody's lunch. My, isn't Sir Keiichi's lunch extravagant today? My, isn't Madame Satoko's lunch extravagant as well? The stewed stuff has a nice look to it, rather trendy. Falling right into the fight that Satoko was starting, our chopsticks locked in across the counter, stabbing into each other's lunch. Oh my, how delicious. Oh, this taro is good. The stewed stuff is good too, even cold. After seeing my happy face, Rika-chan's expression broke into a little smile. I saved some from dinner last night. By the way, Satoko and Riko-chan's lunches are always the same. It seemed that Rika-chan makes it for both of them every day. Wow! Rika-chan made this too? These taste like Mom's home cooking. I was honestly impressed. The carrot rosettes weren't from a mold, they were done by hand with a knife. That's not easy to do. I guess Rika-chan's just good at this sort of thing. She's really good at sewing, laundry, and stuff like that. Amazing, right? Amazing! Rika is quite exceptional in many ways. Wow, that doesn't sound dirty when I say it in that voice. Okay, yeah, it does sound dirty now. That's nothing for you to boast about. Rina's better at cooking than I am. Huh? Well, you know. It seems that the topic of conversation switched to Rina when she wasn't expecting it, making her blush and trip over her words. Rina's lunch was really the star of the table. Not only did it look good, it tasted good. Everyone else pulled from Rina's lunchbox constantly. Everyone liked it so much before, so I made a lot this time. It's good, I hope. I hope. It's got high marks from me. Mion, you're taking too much! Knocking Mion's chopstick aside, I reached out and tried to secure my own portion. Satoko and Rika-chan reached over at the same time, and a struggle ensued. Everyone shoveled in mouthful after mouthful while praising it, and Rina's lunchbox was soon empty. It was kind of bad that no one thought to leave any for Rina. But Rina seemed rather satisfied as she looked on. What a dick move. How did you like it? Isn't Rina-san an extremely good cook too? Quite different from Keiichi-san. I said that's nothing for you to boast about. You're not much different from Keiichi-san, Satoko. Can you tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower yet? Hey, even I can tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower, you know. Of course I can. I really can. It's really hard for her to lie. Keiichi-kun, both taste good when they're boiled and topped with mayo, right? You shouldn't be picking on her. Mi-chan too. Rina hurriedly tried to follow up, but Mion laughed heartily as she drew closer to Satoko. Well, well, let's just pretend this is a little home ec lesson. Now then, Satoko, what is this? Mion lifted her chopstick between them and a piece of green stuff wrapped in bacon. Not bacon. That's asparagus. Mion made eye contact with me, and within 0.3 seconds I had Rika-chan's mouth covered. Holding a piece of bacon-wrapped asparagus and giving her two choices, she's pretty terrible. The yellow one is cauliflower. No, wait. The green one is cauliflower. So which... probably the yellow one is broccoli and the blue one is cauliflower. But the green one is... Do you really know which is which? How about you just give up? I'd expect nothing less from the class representative, the oldest. The way she drives people into a corner just shows how much experience she has. This is just a hunch, but being brought into the Sonozaki household must be quite the ordeal. I do know! I really do! Then answer the question. I know. She finally broke down and started crying. When she acts like this, she actually starts to seem her age. Cute. God damn, my voice is going right now. Rina entered a state of euphoria as Satoko bawled her eyes out. Rina was in a state of bliss as she rubbed her cheeks against Satoko's head and smothered her. Really, a very content face. One that wouldn't care if the world ended right then. It was that kind of smile. That is one smile. Rina! Mimi is picking on me. Ah! Cute. Ugh. God, this is actually getting a little bit annoying to voice right now. It's okay, Rina Oni-chan will take care of those bad people who tease my little sister. Ooh! It was like a flash of lightning. What was that just now? Both Rina's fists shot out in supersonic speed, striking Mion and me squarely in our faces. Before we knew it, Mion and I were sprawled spread eagle on the floor, staring up at the ceiling with matching welts on our faces. This is the first time you've gotten one, right? Today, she went easy on us. Easy? You mean there's something harder than this? With that, Mion and I both slumped our heads back to the floor in unison. From now on, I'll be careful when I'm within striking distance of Rina. See, Satoko-chan, I took care of them. Cute. Ugh. I want to take you home. Making sure Rina couldn't see it, Satoko stuck her tongue out at us. Oh, that little brat. Damn it all! Using Rina like a puppet. Rika-chan massaged our bruises without saying a word. This is looking like a pretty good place to stop, and my voice is absolutely killing me right now. I'd like to thank you again so very much for watching. If you want to pick this up for yourself, there'll be a link, as usual, in the description below. And I don't know how far it's going to go. I'm sure it's going to get a lot deeper and a lot darker very quickly. But I like to see where this is going. The art style is just kind of weird, being that layered effect of like real life pictures with layered filters on it. It's kind of weird, but I kind of like it at the same time. The music is pretty good, and the characters are drawn very well. I like the characters. I like how each one has a very distinct personality. I'm not so good with voices and that kind of thing, but hopefully I'll be able to flesh them out a little bit. try and maintain some kind of consistency with our voices. With that said, I hope to see you all next time.